decent lifter just beat your decent total in 2025? So if a decent lifter beat your total in 2025, that means you were at your best. That means. Well, what's less than decent? What is less than decent? Because you can't get beat by a decent lifter. Your total can't get beat. I don't care how down bad you are. Me, if I'm down bad, I'll still give you 990.
It's Friday, the 23rd of January. 2 days before Sunday, before your first nationals since your hiatus from powerlifting. Anything to say?
I think I'm more nervous than I expected. Like earlier in the week, I actually thought I was sick because I was experiencing some like flu-like symptoms, but I didn't have any like cold or mucus or anything like that. I wasn't sneezing, I wasn't coughing, no sore throat. I was just getting like a little bit of like a fever, like shivers and things like that. So yeah, I think I was a bit more nervous than expected, but especially just like coming off injury as well. Like my training has been good, but not like like I'm not like overly confident. So yeah, we'll see. I'm excited.
What's that you're eating?
Protein cereal.
Interesting.
I keep putting in our work. Keep putting in our work.
Why?
You know why? Why? You ask why ask?
Yeah, ask why.
Because you're almost there. You're almost there.
Alright, what's up guys? We at the venue right now and actually waiting and everything already. And it's about 10 minutes until my session starts. I'm waiting at 118.6, which is genuinely much less than I wanted to weigh in at. I was hoping to come in around like 119.5 or something like that. But I don't feel too bad. I got down some with like hydration and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm gonna start warming up soon. Openers are set at 320 on squat, 242.5 on bench, and 355 on deadlift. So yeah, I think it should be a pretty strong day. I'll see what I can vlog. I'll probably show you guys the venue and everything like that when I head inside. And yeah. Alright, so that was squat. Right now we're between squat and bench. Squat was rough, to be honest. Like, the body weight definitely affected me, and the weigh-in time, like the time between weigh-ins and the start of squat, was like a lot less than I was expecting it to be. So it was literally like an hour, 15 minutes, and like
A lot less or a lot more?
No, it was a lot less. Yeah, like it was like a pretty quick like turnaround.
Yikes.
Training. So, you can say like so. If you guys can see, we're in like a savannah right now. That's what we call it in Trinidad, or like a field or a park. This competition is taking place in our school. So we have about 15 minutes, so like 5 minutes to be honest, until we start warming up for bench. And to be honest, coming into this, I did want to bench 600. But they have like some brand new referees, like it's basically their first nationals that they're refereeing, and they making some interesting calls. Obviously they're just getting started, so I don't blame them, but they're making some interesting calls for sure. So I might be a little bit conservative. I dropped my opener 2.5 from 242.5 to 240. That could possibly still set me up for 600. It just depends. But we'll see. I kind of want 270, which would be 595. But I will also take 265 or whatever. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully the squad also didn't like burn me out for the deadlift.
Now finish bench press 270. How are we feeling?
Happy, but at the same time like mildly frustrated, because I feel as if I would have had the 272.5 if I like weighed in a kilo heavier. But it is what it is. I probably still even have 272.5 if I'm being honest, but I didn't want to risk it. I've had so many like totals in the past that were like looking good, even like peanuts. It was looking good, and then I just bottled one lift because I take big jumps. I was 15 kilo jumps on bench, so one lift could be the difference between like 10, 25 total, which is good, it's decent, but and like 10, 40, 10, 45, you know. So at this point, we're looking good. I'm thinking anyway in the wheel also, like, if I'm being honest, I'll take as little as like 405 on deadlift, but I want as much as 420. So you see what we have, and we just take it, but feeling it.
What the 6-7 celebration was about?
So the chat, right? I feel like I show speed or like one of them streamers, but the chat, I basically talking to the chat in between attempts, and they don't believe that is me. So they were like, if you hit this lift, you have to do the 6-7 celebration, so that way we know it's you. So I don't usually celebrate. I was just like, you know, so yeah.
Okay.
We have been certified for the meeting a 17.5
Alright guys, so it is a few days after the competition. You guys saw how things ended off. I ended up missing my last deadlift of 410 kg or 904 pounds, and that landed me on a total of 1025 kg. If I did get the deadlift, I would have been at 1045, which would have matched my best total ever. And the reason why I'm recording this like a couple of days later is because in the moment, like, I wasn't necessarily like, I guess, like sad or anything like that, but I was just more so, I was kind of like disappointed and underwhelmed with the performance. Coming into this competition, like, my goal, despite the circumstances which I'll get into, but my goal was to put up a total that I don't think that any other 120 will be able to hit for the year. And I felt as if anywhere from 10:45 to 10:55 would be able to, like, I'll be able to get that done. But realistically, I think one of the biggest issues that I've faced due to all the circumstances keeping me away from like competition for like extended periods of time, essentially from like 2018 to 2022, I didn't compete. Then I did 3 meets over the course of a year and a half. And then from 2023 all the way up to 2025, I didn't compete. Is what like the issue becomes is that like I don't get many data points for my preps and for my peaks. Like perfect example of this is like bench went phenomenally. Like I benched 270, I had 272 or 600 pounds in the tank, and that was because I was able to do like 2 back-to-back bench only meets late last year, and that gave me the data and the information I needed to be able to peak my bench like amazingly this last competition here. And then bench was also healthy. I didn't have any injuries or anything like that, so that obviously helped. And that was in spite of me weighing in like a kilo less than I wanted to weigh in at, which, you know, you would obviously think would affect bench probably the most. So bench peaked insanely once I get my cut right, and I don't weigh in at 118.6, and I weigh in closer to like 119.7, 119.8. I don't even know why I could bench, you know. But on squat and deadlift, obviously, like I had like the TFL injury and everything like that I was rehabbing, so I only had like 4 actual squat sessions because I was only squatting once a week, and I only had 1 block leading into this competition. And then on deadlift, I had about 7 or so sessions leading into the competition as well, because I was able to do it for like a block and a half, like fully actually pushing, you know. So that in combination with, you know, just the fact that like I haven't competed as frequently as I would like, I don't necessarily, if I'm being honest, like I don't have like a very solid peaking strategy for deadlift in particular. And it's gotten to a point now where like I've missed at least one deadlift, not necessarily my third, but I've missed at least one deadlift in basically every competition I've done except one competition in 2017, right? And that is unacceptable, ridiculous, just like dumb, you know. So it's a combination of bad attempt selection and also, you know, not necessarily peaking to the same levels that I'm at in training. And I'm looking forward to solving that problem. Like obviously for Wheels, I'm gonna try something different. If that doesn't work for Sheffield, I'm gonna try something different. But just me assuming that I'm gonna get to Sheffield. I will. But yeah, just you know, like not getting that last deadlift was just tough. But there's a lot of circumstances that went into it. But I just need to do better, and I will be doing better. I would have been happy to match my total given, you know, everything that I just said. But looking back on it, I'm not too mad with 1025. I don't think it's an untouchable total. I don't think, you know, we might see Bob hit that this year, whether it be at Wheels or Sheffield or even P and Nats, I don't know. I don't think we're going to see anybody else hit that I could think of, besides maybe even Anthony. But we'll see. Yeah, I am excited just to push forward. We qualified for IPF Wheels, which is the biggest and most important thing. You know, I could have totaled the 990. I would have been pissed, but qualified. It's time to lock in. This is going to be the greatest prep of my life. I want to like bring back like the build level
like YouTube consistency, because I going all in here. Like for Worlds, I literally just did a call with Brutus. Brutus is the French guy who I think he beat Nicolas Pirod, and he is going to be representing France at Worlds for the 120 kg class. And we were just talking, and I was saying like this is going to be the deepest 120 kg class of all time. I'm gonna have myself, Bob, Nonso, Ngoka, Joseph, Etienne, Brutus. Is genuinely like about 7 or 8 very high level guys who could break the current total world record, which is 978.5. I don't know if Etienne will beat that at Sheffield later this week, but yeah, we'll see. Like for Worlds, even at this competition, honestly, I think I was capable of 1050, 1055 if, I didn't mess up the cut and everything like that. But now being healthy at Worlds, honestly, so here's my prediction, and clip this. I'm going to break the squat world record. I don't know what Ngoka was talking about where he's going to break the squat world record. That's crazy. But I'm going to break the squat world record. I'm going to break the bench world record. And the deadlift I'm going to take pretty easy. Because if I break both those world records and then I put 380 kg, that'll put me at around 1035, 1040, which I think would be enough to win it. And then at Sheffield, 1100. Or maybe 1090, 1100. We'll see. That's my prediction. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And again, I want to bring back a build level consistency. Going to repaint this wall and we're going to lock in.